It's not always fun and games for first responders.
05 Central, you show me in pursuit.
But sometimes it is.
Oh my God, he's not wearing pants again.
Sometimes it's dangerous.
Flipping around, look out, look out, look out.
Sometimes it's not.
Antler Boulevard for a snake in a house.
And sometimes it's just plain stupid.
Chihuahua in his lap on a lawnmower. You'll be heavily
This is the
intoxicated.
stupid side of first response.
Dispatch, do I really have to go to that?
This is Code 0.5.
Come in 0.5.
Hey guys, it's Jason with Code 0.5 along with my co-host Rich.
What's up?
And we're in Victory Brand Studios, and we have accomplished something that most podcasters do not accomplish.
Huh?
I think you were the one that was telling me about it, or maybe I told you. But most people that start podcasts don't make it to 50 episodes.
Oh, yeah, you told me that. You said the pod coach said that.
And guess what?
We're there.
We're recording number 50 as we speak.
That's it, baby.
Another thing is, too, as I say, that podcasts do not begin to make any kind of money until like you hit year number 3 or whatever.
Really?
On December 19th of 2022, we made our first dollar,
Bet.
one whole dollar.
Ballers, baby.
And on January 8th of 2023, we made our second dollar.
Yes. There we go. Does that mean we're professionals now?
I guess.
Getting paid.
I'll give you your share. I'll go out there and get you $1.
Oh, shoot.
We need to get us one of those things, first dollar
first
earned,
dollar.
and put the date and everything.
Yes.
But yeah, I was got to reading about it, and they're saying that most podcasts don't make it to 50 episodes. They say that the people that start it, like they get into it, and then they're like, oh yeah, I can do it. And then they just kind of give up on it. And then, you know, if you're doing this to make money on, it doesn't happen immediately. I mean, it's, you know, they say it takes a minimum of 3 years before you start seeing something,
Minimums.
but yeah, so today, which is January 19th, this is episode number 50.
Episode 50.
And
We're still in season 1, right?
yeah, I figured we'd change seasons over on our like anniversary date of when we started the podcast.
Okay. Episode 50 is season 1.
Yeah, which is, when did we start it?
When did we start it?
I have to go back and look.
That's a good
It was like
podcast.
July or August, somewhere in there.
Yeah. It sounds about right. Because
Let's see.
that was when I was...
Hold on, I'm pulling up all episodes. July 30th was the first one.
July 30th.
It was guys and their testicles. So I figure when July 30th comes around again, that's when we'll call it season 2.
That's what's up.
But we finally started getting a little bit of traction and like how we're going to do these and the show and how it's set up. But the last few that y'all have listened to are predominantly how our shows are going to be, unless we have a guest on.
Yes, which we are
Then
working on.
It's totally changing, and our guests will basically be a takeover thing.
Speaking of, I need to get friggin'
Oh, yeah, I keep
need
forgetting.
to get with him to get that one on.
Yeah, I keep forgetting all about him. Or not him, just guests in general. And that's the other thing, too, is the big one that I'm going to get on here. Well, I say he's a big one, but he's the one that's got all those followers and stuff. I wish we could get him down here.
Yeah. Well, we may be able to.
Might be able to figure something out. Anyway, thanks for joining us. This is our 50th episode, and I'm going to start out with a little pursuit that happened. It was actually a couple weeks ago. But, you know, let me go back. We're in Victory Brand Studios. You guys don't forget to go to etsy.com/shops/Victory Brand Studios and check out their merchandise that they have. They're pretty big supporters of us. And you can also get my hoodie.
The hoodie.
I don't know if it's on there yet, but I bet if you call them up, they can make one for you.
Oh, yeah.
But I'm more of just a simple kind of guy. So the Renix shirts and that thing up there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
They have
and-
a variety of different ones.
And if you were to buy the shirt with Rennick's face on it, you wouldn't be the first person to wear a shirt with his face on it.
No. No. I think there's actually somebody out there with a pair of socks with his face on it.
Are you kidding me? Same person?
Dead ass.
Anyway, let's go back to my pursuit. We've got, remember Rookie that was riding with me?
Mhm.
You know, he's out on his own now, and he's actually in one of the busier areas.
Mm-hmm.
So he gets a call, and lady wants to report her car stolen.
Right.
He goes up there, and I do not understand why people do this. My wife does this for some reason. She did it with my truck just today. When you park your vehicle at home and you go in the house, do not leave your valuables and your keys inside the car.
Right.
So deputy gets over there and asks, like, hey, you know, what's going on? What happened? Lady pulls up to her house, and it was a Durango. And she said, I got out, parked, came in the house, and she goes, and I thought I heard something outside. Go back outside, and my car's gone. So he was like, crap, you know. So he takes the report, and he's getting everything ready so he can get it entered in the national database. So if anyone comes across it, you know, it'll alert them that it's stolen. Well, he gets to thinking about it, and he's like, man, there's been a guy that's been walking around in this area, and he actually talked to the guy and was like, what are you doing around here? And he's trying to get back, he said, to Choctaw. So he offers to give him a ride. He won't take it. He checks him for warrants. He's not doing anything illegal. He's just walking down the road. Checks him for warrants. He's got no warrants, and all he's doing is walking. So there's nothing he can do.
Right.
So he's like, well, where are you going? He's like, oh, I'm trying to get Choctaw. And he's like, well, if you want to, I'll give you a ride over there. And he was like, no, I think I'll drive. He goes, I'll see you there. And he's like, how's he going to drive? He ain't got no car. Well, after he takes this report on the stolen vehicle, he's thinking, I wonder if it's that same guy. So he leaves so he can get started on his report so they can get it entered. Well, dispatch then hollers at him on the radio and says, hey, can you go back to that house that you just left about the stolen car? He's like, yeah, why? What's going on? She goes, she called back in here, and all we could hear was like screaming, and that she said stop. And then hung up, and we've called her back, and we don't know what's going on. She's just screaming and yelling, stop. We don't know. So he turns around and quickly gets there because he doesn't know what's happening to her. And he pulls up, and he gets there and talks to her. Apparently, like, the next county over got into a pursuit, and this pursuit was being televised. She looked on the TV, and it was her car. And she was yelling at the TV, stop. She wanted the guy driving it to stop.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah. And this guy, and I'm driving down the road, and I stop, and I pull it up on the news, and I'm watching it. And I don't know. The news said that they terminated the pursuit at one point, but I'm not really sure. I think they did. They let a pretty good gap get in between them. And he was getting into areas where the traffic was getting pretty high. I mean, the road conditions were good. The light outside it was good. So you've got those two things on your side, but then there was a lot of motorists, I think, in that area. So I think they were given distance to alleviate a crash from happening. And I'm reading the comments on there, and people are, you know, saying, being the Monday morning quarterback crap. And at one point, he pulls up into the, you know, the Cowboy Hall of Fame. And when he did, there's only one way in or out. Well, he gets out of there. Okay. If you're ever setting up a roadblock, what do they tell you that you can't do, not to do? They call them, you know, dead blocks. Well, these cars were pulled up to where they had a majority of the entrance blocked, but there was still an avenue where he could get through. Because, and I can't remember what case it was and that kind of stuff. They were in a pursuit of a guy, and they set up a dead block where he had nowhere to go around the corner. Well, when he did, he come around the corner. There's a dead block, and the only thing he had to do was freaking ram cars, and the guy ended up dying.
Oh, yeah, that ain't no good.
So, you know, if we do that stuff, I mean, because we didn't give him an option to live or whatever, so essentially we get blamed for it.
Right.
So people are on there basically saying that they don't know what they're doing. They're not doing their job because they didn't set up a dead block, and which is something that you can't do. So he actually gets through there and then takes off and keeps going. But anyway, it goes towards the end of it, and I think, did you see any of it? The guy ends up wrecking out.
Yeah, he ends up wrecking out. But actually, now that you say that, one of my colleagues that I went to CIT with actually was involved, and it was his unit that was hit.
Oh, really?
Up there in Luther.
Oh, okay.
He's like going to be the captain of Luther Police Department. Actually, I might be able to get him on.
Well, see, the news said that Air One said that there were shots fired, that the guy fired a shot.
That I don't know.
They ended up like tasing him or hitting him with a pepper ball or something.
Yeah.
And getting him. But yeah, could you imagine though, your vehicle just gets stolen and then you look on TV and it's going down the highway and it's involved in a pursuit? I mean, it pissed me off, make me sick seeing someone else driving it. But anyway, I was watching the pursuit on the TV and I called the rookie back and I was like, hey, you're a guy that you'd been dealing with up there that you tried to get out of here and all that. And he was like, yeah. I said, what was he wearing? And he goes, well, when I last saw him, he put on a red shirt. Well, when you watched it, you can see he's wearing a long sleeve red shirt and he's got his arm hanging out the window.
Yikes.
And I was like, that's your guy? And he goes, well, now I know what he knew what he meant when he said, I'll just drive to Choctaw. I'll see you there.
Oh my God.
So he had full intention at that point of taking someone's car, and he knew he'd run into law enforcement up there.
Man, I'm trying to find the post from Captain up there, because he actually has a picture, or he has a piece of the car. He's got it in his office. But I don't know. I'll have to find it and bring it up there. But yeah, it's friggin' insane. He said, I'll see you up there.
Yeah, and that's the other thing, is if there was just something that we could have got him on, or he could have got him on, or got him out of here or something. But I mean, short of kidnapping the guy, there was nothing he could do to him.
Right. I mean, what are you going to do?
Well, and because you have, you know, it happens all the time. People call in because someone's walking down the road, which, you know, newsflash, that's not illegal.
Right.
And, I mean, he went over, talked to the guy, no warrants, you know. So, all right, he doesn't want to ride or nothing, so have a nice day.
Yeah, I mean, it sucks, man. There's not a lot of stuff. And I mean, even in that, you still got to have a reason. You know what I mean? You got to have a reason. Otherwise, you're borderlining on infringing on people's rights. I mean, like you said, he's got a right to walk down the street. But yeah, it would have been nice to have something, anything to hold him up that would have prevented that from happening.
Well, like when I was going through field training, they're like, say somebody's walking down the road on the sidewalk and you want to talk to them, you go up to them and they tell you to, you know, to go fornicate with yourself. What do you do? Well, I go fornicate with myself.
Yeah.
It's like, he's not doing anything illegal. I mean, if he doesn't want to talk to me, you don't have to.
Right.
So, but, anyway, I have an interesting one to talk about.
What's that?
On the traffic stuff.
Oh?
You know how a lot of people will take their off-road vehicles and lift them?
Oh, yeah.
Did you know that if you lift your vehicle at a certain point, it's illegal?
Isn't it like, God, you'd think I used to know that.
I would always have to look it up. I forgot the height that it was. Mm-hmm. But I can pull the statute up real quick.
We'll have more coming up on Code 0.5.
If you're looking for a political podcast that goes beyond the headlines, check out the Beltway Briefing. I'm Howard Schweitzer, CEO of Cozen O'Connor Public Strategies. Every week on the Beltway Briefing, our team of former Republican and Democratic presidential appointees, Capitol Hill veterans, and political advocates shares behind-the-scenes perspective that cuts through the noise. If you want the inside scoop, subscribe now to the Beltway Briefing here or wherever you get your podcasts.
And once again, before he gets into all this, keep in mind, we are not lawyers. Please don't construe this as legal advice. And this particular statute pertains to Oklahoma. So you may have to check the statutes in your area and your listening area.
So if you go and buy you a motor vehicle and you have a lift kit put on it, after you do it, go measure from the ground. Here, I'll just read it to you. Every motor vehicle shall be equipped with at least 2 headlamps emitting a white light with at least 1 lamp on each side of the front of the motor vehicle on the same level and as far apart as practicable. The headlamps shall comply with requirements and limitations set forth in this chapter. Okay, here's where lifting your vehicle will get you. Every headlamp upon every motor vehicle shall be located at a height of not more than 54 inches, nor less than 22 inches, to be measured as set forth in subsection B, 12202. So I have to go back to look at that. Okay, listen. It says any requirement of this chapter as to the mounted height of lamps or devices shall mean from the center of such lamp or device to the level ground upon which the vehicle stands when the vehicle is without load. So if you're on level ground, you measure up to the center of your headlight, and if that headlight is above 54 inches, your truck is too high off the ground. And 54 inches isn't that tall. That's 4.5 feet.
Yeah, it's not too much. And
So-
I've seen some freaking jacked up trucks.
So yeah, you go out there. I mean, I've seen headlights that are here on me, and that's 5 foot.
Yeah,
And it's like, dude, you can't do that.
yeah,
And the whole reason behind it, and people think that your headlights point forward. Your driver's side headlight, actually, both of them point slightly towards the ground. And then your driver's side one points inward slightly. So they don't point straight forward. Your passenger one points straight forward, and then the driver's side one angles in slightly. When you raise them up and they're pointed down like that, you come up on another vehicle, you're just illuminating the inside of their cab.
yeah,
I mean, they're going to blind them. They can't see. It makes it dangerous.
yeah. And see, speaking of blinding and can't see and whatnot, one of the ones that we need to kind of note and star is that aftermarket vehicle lighting. So like the LEDs underneath, you know what I mean?
Oh,
LEDs
yeah.
in the tires. Because I get a lot of questions about that. People,
Yeah, that needs to be another one that we put up.
yeah.
But we're staying on the
Right.
lifted vehicles. And,
Lifted vehicles.
But yeah, I mean, and I don't understand that. People will do all those lifts, and it doesn't really, because from what I've been told, it's the wheels and tires that really help your ground clearance. It's not lifting the vehicle. Doing those body lifts that they do, it doesn't really raise it up that much, so it doesn't really change anything.
But it's swag.
Yeah, makes you look cool.
Oh, yeah.
But, you know, and what I always have heard is that people that have those big trucks that are lifted usually means that they're a member of the small PP gang.
Hey, now. You'll be bringing up PP gang.
I mean, some of these vehicles, as high up as I've seen them, they could be the president.
Yeah. Get friggin' Rennick started on PP gang. He is the president of the PP gang.
I saw a truck one time that was lifted like that, and in the back window, the sticker said, "Yes, it's really that small." I guess we also need to remind people about the tumbler giveaway.
Oh, yeah.
That was the one with your little delinquent getting locked in the back seat,
Oh, yeah.
which by this episode, it would have been like 3 episodes back.
Yeah. Yep.
But yeah, don't forget to go on there and watch that episode so you can figure out how to get in on the giveaway. And I'll put like what are they called? A card link or whatever. So it would be on that side of the screen is where it'll show up somewhere.
Ooh, in the corner.
Yeah, I think it popped, or maybe you can have it on the other. It'll be on one of the sides here above our heads
That's what's up.
where you can click and go to that episode so you can see the that one and then know how to get in on that giveaway. Which I'm thinking on the 26th, we want to announce that.
Yeah, we can shoot for the 26th.
That's next Thursday. We should have enough people on there. And if not, if there hadn't been a whole lot of people again on there, if there's just been 5, then
It is what it is.
that's what it is.
Mm.
But, we got to talk about our stupid criminal.
Yeah.
Did I send you that?
Or
did I have it?
I think you got it.
I thought I was going to send it to you so you could talk about it. There we go. I'll send it to you. You can talk about it.
Oh, okay. So this one's out of Enid, Oklahoma. So in 2014, a woman in Enid called the police to report that her meth was laced with something. When police arrived, she showed them her methamphetamine in a container. She admitted to the officers that she smoked meth earlier in the day. She and the substance tested positive for meth, and she was arrested and booked in the jail. You know, and I've actually seen departments put out a deal where they're like, you know, test the purity, bring it to us, and we'll test it for you, and people do that.
And it's true. We can test it.
Oh, yeah. There's been one where they, I forget what department it was or where it was at, but they put out, it was a deal saying, like, tired of your competition. And then you could fill a deal out. And it was like put in the newspaper or something. And then you could drop it off and get your competition taken out.
Yeah.
Which, speaking of, you know that sheriff in Florida?
Uh-huh.
What is the one that you're always showing me?
I can't remember his
But
name. He's my hero.
Oh, man, he's always talking mad shit. Apparently, they freaking confiscated $1 million and a bunch of other crap, and they had it on a table, and it's just like him and the deputies, and they're freaking like dancing with this Millie, like with racks. I mean, racks. And it's that one that you're always showing, and he's like, yeah, what's a Millie, baby? What do you think about that? So, yeah, he's on his bullshit as usual.
Yeah. What was the most recent one that he did?
See, they do them like weekly.
Well, some reporter asked him some like asinine question, and he said, well, for idiots like you that ask questions like that, and he answered her. Like the dude, he like no given. I mean, whatever's on the, I can't remember his name either, but every time I see like a news conference or something pop up that he's involved with, I'm watching that.
It's Grady Judd. He's a Polk County sheriff.
Yeah.
They apparently you can find, they have a compilation of stuff that he said. Like you'll never find him speechless. Some of the things he says might leave you speechless though. And they, WFLA.com compiled the best quotes from Judd's press conferences in 2021 and put them together in a must-see highlight video. This dude's pretty wicked.
Yeah, and he don't hold back. If you do something completely stupid in a press conference or say something dumb to him or whatever, he'll tell you that you're dumb.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
He'll be like, well, it's because of idiots like you is the reason why that happens.
Oh, man.
And he's not lying. I mean, you can't get pissed at him he's just blunt.
Yeah.
I mean, you want him to sugarcoat everything and just tell him how it is. And he freaking does it.
God, he's been there for a minute. Like a cool minute.
But, you know, it's time to get out of here.
Is it?
Yeah. We've gone through our stuff. It's our 50th. I think we should go celebrate with some peanut butter whiskey.
I was going to say peanut butter whiskey time.
Oh, yeah.
Peanut butter whiskey.
Anyway, don't forget the giveaway that we're doing, and I'll have that linked in the descriptions. And, you know, questions, comments, concerns down in the YouTube video. And we're out of here.
Make sure you like, share, and subscribe.
Oh, yeah, that too. All right, well, we're out of here. Thanks for listening.
Later. Bye.
You have been listening to Code 0.5. the lighter side of police work. If you have ideas or suggestions for our show, we'd love to hear from you. Visit our website at code05.co. That's code05.co. And please consider making a donation at our Patreon page, patreon.com/code05. Be sure to use the digits 05. Thanks for listening to Code 0.5.